Power target trades, power trigger trade. All right, people, I got a plan and update here for TSLA and Goldman Sachs. Before we talk about Goldman Sachs, we're going to first talk about TSLA, and then we're going to go to Goldman Sachs, and then we're going to talk about the options for both stocks. So let's begin with TSLA. All right, so TSLA is still set up to test 410 to 425. The September 22 400 calls could be used. All right, people, so here's the thing. Today we confirmed, but we were breaking out, but we pulled back, okay? But we closed very well. That's the beautiful thing. However, the question is, do they want to, like I said before, do they want to consolidate this first or break out? Now, we need power. The answer is still we need power. As long as they show power, we can still break out. But if they can't confirm this plan here that I'm posting right now, the odds are we might need to relax. Could be a little tricky, this Tesla move here, because we do require power, yet it hasn't done anything to say that it can't break out still. As you can see, we did go higher, and for all we know, this is the way they wanted to pull it back. You know, they're going to attempt. They might relax this first, couple of days, and then try again. Don't know. If they do, it could be better. But then again, I have to look at the statistical measurements afterwards. But as it stands, this should try to break out tomorrow. Again, it should try, and if it doesn't, then it might mean we need more time. But in case we can break out and confirm, this is what we need to do. Tesla needs to break above 389.10 on some good action volume. Same thing, people. And good action volume is 1 million on a 10-minute chart. Now, if the volume isn't there, it's going to require a basing above 389, looking for power towards 390. The fact of the matter is, the $5 move for a Tesla is nothing. Okay, so if we cannot even confirm this, it means it might need more time. And with options, like, here's the thing: these options actually triggered around $1.60, $1.70, depending on the thing. And I had to get out because I put it to about 180, and it just came right back down through it. Well, that means there's an issue. So those options went to about 220, 230 at one point in the day, and then when they pulled it back, right? When they pulled back close to around 381, 382 area, and the options went below 1.0, and they came back to about $1.30. Let's see what the close of the options, so you'll see what I'm saying. But first, we're going to take a look at the options later. Let's go take a look at Goldman Sachs. All right, people. So here's GS, and GS is set up to test 235 or higher. Could even go to 240. But this is one target that I'm looking for first. The September 29, 230 calls could be used here. For this week, we could use these 230 calls, okay? But it's very important that we show the power. And right now, it still stands. I talked about last week. We never could confirm. They made it look good here. They pulled it back. It's back to the area. However, we need to confirm. Now, here's the plan here. Goldman Sachs needs to break above 229 on some good action volume. And good action volume is 1 million on a 10-minute chart. It needs volume, people. All right, so if we don't get the volume, basically we need to watch for basing above 229 and look for power through 230. Right now, as it stands, for this week, that's the earliest entry points for Goldman Sachs. Now, in my last plan, I talked about buying it right here on this dip, and it made this great move, right? So when it comes to the big picture, just nobody can depict it like power trigger trade. There's just nobody doing that. Look at, I was calling for it to go higher here. What is it that, what could you see there? But what I see, and what a lot of other people see, aren't the same things. Okay, it's just techniques that I have. All right. So now look what happened with Goldman. But Goldman Sachs, after we reached the target, which was the 225 area, went even above that, right? It's been consolidating. So now we need to wait, people, again. If this stock, we need to wait. Unfortunately, this is the earliest signal right now, and we need power. Just getting to 229 is not enough. This is the kind of stock that likes to move a lot. When it trends, it trends. Look at this day. Look at this day. Look at how much of a move this made here. That is a proper trending. when it makes little moves, this is a real move. This is a good move. This was a good move. These have been chop moves. So now, that's what we got to look for. Let's go take a look at the options for Tesla, and then we're going to talk about Goldman Sachs. All right, people. So here we are, Yahoo Finance, and Tesla closed at 385. All right. Let's take a look at the options, the 400 calls. These are the ones that we were talking about on the plan, people. So here's the 400 calls. You can see that. Let's make sure these are the 22nd. Yes, they are. Okay. Now, sometimes they, I thought they closed higher. They did not. So you can see that the 400 calls, they were, I tell you, they were at 230 at one point. But now they are closed at $1. And so this tells me one or two things. So on confirmation, I estimate that we could get the same as we paid in today. It could be $1.80 to $2, $200 per option. Okay. Now, if Tesla wants to break out and clear 400, these options are going to go up a lot. However, if we're going to chop, you know what's going to happen here. So it doesn't matter what options you buy. But you can see there's a lot of trading here in this. Lots. The ones that I picked, the ones that I talked about were hot, and they were doing good. I mean, this is the way it is. This is trading, people. All right, so here are the options for Goldman Sachs, and Goldman Sachs closed at 227.53. It was just a choppy day for Goldman Sachs, but it was still a good thing. It's basing, ready to move. Now, you see, I like these. Look at this. Look at the trading volume in these particular, and that's a lot of time for stock like this. This thing here, I prefer these 230 calls. It's that break point. They're going to make a lot of money if we go to 235. Okay, being 1 week out. Okay. Now, on confirmation, you're looking at probably $2.30 to $2.50, something within that zone. $2.30 to $2.60, that zone. That means $260 per contract. Now, it depends on the confirmation. It could be, lower, higher, depending on if they could confirm. Now, if they don't want to confirm this, it's better, because as the more they want to chop this around and base it, we can get better entries. But we're going to stick to these ones for now, unless things change, right? But as this plan stands, we're going to use these September 29 230 calls to engage in this. As you can see, a lot of volume in these. 2,843 contracts today, and these were, trading very well. All right, people, welcome to Power Target Trades, the place where I post great, detailed, powerful plans. I always tell people, when you have time, make sure you study my creative playlist. A lot of powerful plans from start to end have been posted here. And these will give you the motivation to and understanding to engage in the new plans that I keep posting. Also, check out this Tesla NVIDIA plan of last week, and of course NVIDIA making huge gains. It's not like when I make plans, people, my plans, the home runner, the ones that win, the winners outpace the losers by a large margin, people. And this is a statistical fact that you're going to understand. Listen, study the videos, visit daily. When I say this, if you're not studying on a daily, you're never going to make the money you want to make in your life, because this is a daily thing, daily thing, daily thing. I'm at this all the time. Boom, 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 boom. Every day. Boom, 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 boom. Because this is one of the highest professions in the world. Okay? All big money goes into this place. So it's the highest profession in my books. It's trading. Okay? It's the only place where people who can start with a small amount of money can make millions. You're not going to make that anywhere in any other profession in this world. You could become a lawyer and never hit $1 million. You may never succeed as a lawyer, for example. But a trader who has a great skill can turn 10,000. There's stories of people turning 10,000 to millions in the market. And then, of course, that 10,000 turns to millions, turns to hundreds of millions. These stories are in the market. Doesn't mean you're going to make that, but you have a chance to make an extra good income, depending on your skill level. What my system in Power shows is that it doesn't matter what size of account you have, we all can make good money with the options in these big stocks like Tesla. Just think about how much money if you would have caught NVIDIA. You just do the mathematical. You go take a look at this video here, this, and see for yourself. If you don't take the time to study the truth, the facts, you won't see the power. You won't see it. And you'll be just like everybody else. And don't forget now, in this world, we are going more into a world of automation. And people think that here's the facts, people. Jobs. There isn't going to be more jobs. You keep dreaming, because the education system was based in 1960. They didn't think about automation or artificial intelligence that's present right now in 2017. We have cars that can drive themselves, and they'll become more efficient within the next 5 to 10 years. So efficient it won't be funny. Mark my word. I mean, just common sense, right? So even bus drivers, they can automate that. Or lower. If they have bus drivers, they'll have less of them. Do you follow what I'm getting at? They will need less doctors. You're going to have a computer doctor, in my opinion, in the future. You're going to sit down, just like people get the blood pressure. You're going to sit down. You're going to look at their computer. It's going to scan you, and it's going to look through the wealth of information and say, okay, you got this symptom. Try this. It'll be able to check into your throat. You'll see. That means they won't. The physicians, they will still need to be physicians, but they will not need as many of them. I see this world of every field being attacked by. So that's what I'm getting at. Now, where is it growing? People are going to have money, and they're going to want to invest their money, and that is where investing comes in place. Now, this is just my opinions here, people. So, anyways, think about what I'm saying here, because the reality is that's what's going to happen. And now the trading world is continually evolving and growing, and these techniques that I'm talking about, they continuously happen all the time, over and over and over and over. I identify plans over and over and over again, regardless that it's not by this trading isn't happening by just people alone. It's more automated. Yet these signals that I see are generated over and over and over and over again. So people, there you have it. A great special update with a message of the future and why it's important to make your money grow for you. And if you're not taking the time to do that, then you're going to see. You think you one day you might not have that nice cozy job, and they're cutting hours down for you. All right, people. Now that we just finished watching that great detailed video, don't forget to look at my banner. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure you check out my creative playlist. Make sure you study before taking action on power target trades. Every plan that I make has great detailed instructions, and I put my heart and soul in it because I want my subscribers and followers to make great money in the markets. But you have to study, people. Let me show you a way to subscribe. Let's see a picture of me around here in a circle format. Simply click on it, and it's going to give you an easy way to subscribe. Don't forget, people, at the end of the video to like the video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and like the video!